Every year, cigar smokers spend over $370 million on humidors. And every year, the biggest designer brands quietly raise their prices, glue fiberboard under thin veneer, and stuff their humidors with flower shop foam so the box looks like furniture on a showroom floor. You are paying for the shine, not the... Today, we are calling out 5 designer humidor brands that are ripping you off, and 5 that actually deliver. Lift the lid. Let us start with the most expensive lie. Number 5. Ellie Blue Rainbow 110. Ellie Blue is not really a humidor company. It is a Parisian cabinetry workshop that sells cigar smokers furniture for $3,000 and calls it cigar storage. The Rainbow 110 retails for $3,200. Inside that box, Ellie Blue hides a humidifier made of florist's foam, the same green block your local flower shop uses to keep cut roses alive for a week. When the foam dries out, Ellie Blue charges another €130 to replace it. Halfwheel reviewed this exact humidor and said directly there is no reason why a $3,000 humidor should come with florist's foam. None. Davidoff and Prometheus at lower prices use real humidification technology. Ellie Blue calls itself the pinnacle of luxury cigar storage, which is marketing speak for selling decorative boxes to men who confuse price tags with performance. Strip away the marquetry, and the $3,000 Ellie Blue is the same humidifier you would find in a wedding centerpiece, wrapped in a more expensive box. Number 4. The Davidoff Urban Architecture Humidor, $8,950. That is what Davidoff charges for one wooden box to keep cigars from drying out. When Halfwheel set out to review the most expensive humidors sold in American cigar stores, the senior editor publicly vetoed reviewing this exact model because the price was too absurd to engage with. Halfwheel reviewed the $3,200 Ellie Blue without flinching. They drew the line at Davidoff. The same Davidoff catalog contains a humidor that retails for over $20,000 and a travel humidor that costs $350 to hold 8 cigars, which is $44 per cigar slot in a bag you carry through airport security. The cigars themselves do not cost $44. The bag that holds them does. Davidoff sells the urban architecture as architectural design for the home cigar enthusiast. The cigar press refused to even pretend it was. Number 3. The St. DuPont Premium Humidor. St. DuPont makes lighters. The humidor business is a side project the company added to its catalog, and the cigar press has noticed. Cigar Aficionado tested the St. DuPont Maduro Humidor in their published rating series and concluded it was smaller, less attractive than competitors, bordering on boring, and a tad overpriced. They gave it a B+ and moved on. The premium humidor retails for $1,195. The prestige version costs $1,577. The full lineup runs from $410 up to over $1,600. For that same money, Prometheus and Ellie Blue sell humidors designed by companies whose entire business is humidors, not Parisian table lighters. DuPont calls itself a symbol of refinement. The cigar magazine that has rated humidors for 40 years rated it a B+ and described it as a tad overpriced. Number 2. The Daniel Marshall Dome Humidor. In a Cigar Aficionado interview, Daniel Marshall was asked directly why his humidors cost 5 times more than alternatives flooding the market. His one-word answer was trust. That is the brand's actual... The Dome Humidor retails for $1,595. The Signature Series 125 retails for $895. Limited edition models climb past $5,000, and the Scarface edition costs more, because a movie character signed off on the design. Halfwheel reviewed the Daniel Marshall Signature Series and concluded the Prometheus Platinum 150 at $1,995 outperforms anything in the Daniel Marshall range at comparable prices. The Prometheus uses better humidification and better engineering. The Daniel Marshall uses better marketing. Trust is what a brand asks you to pay extra for when there is nothing else left to justify the price. Number 1. The Diamond Crown Wellington. Cigar Aficionado put the Wellington through a controlled 6-week humidity test, and the humidification device clogged up halfway through. Testers had to manually shake it back into working order. They refilled it 4 times in 6. A properly designed humidor at this price tier should not need refilling more than once in that period. The Wellington holds 110 cigars and retails for $875. The same review noted the Wellington looks more like a silver caddy than than a humidor, with a conservative design and the appearance of mass production. The cigar industry's most established publication rated the Wellington a B- and compared it to a piece of silverware. The Wellington is the humidor that could not pass a humidity test. So those are the 5 designer humidor brands that take your money for decoration and corporate margin. Now let us open the boxes that actually work. Hit subscribe if you protect your cigars seriously. These 5 humidors do the exact opposite. They keep prices honest, hold humidity within 1% for weeks, skip the showroom theater, and protect the cigars inside. Number 5. The Tupperdore with Boveda packs. Walk into any grocery store, buy a $30 lock and lock container, drop in 3 Boveda packs from any cigar, and you have a humidor that holds cigars at 69% within plus or minus 1% for 2 months. That is more stability than the $875 Diamond Crown Wellington achieved during its cigar aficionado test. Reddit's r/cigars community has documented this method since 2013, with thousands of comparisons against humidors at 10 times the price. The Tupperdore wins because wood is a liability, not a feature. Cedar absorbs moisture unevenly, swells with humidity shifts, and lets moisture leak through the grain. A sealed plastic container has none of those problems. The smoker paying $150 for a wooden humidor is paying extra to work harder. The Tupperdore is the cigar industry's worst-kept secret, and the brands selling wooden boxes need you to never find out. Number 4. The Quality Importers Humidor Supreme Old World. This is the humidor that has cost $130 since 1995 because quality importers refuse to play the luxury pricing game while the rest of the industry tripled prices. The Humidor Supreme holds 100 cigars in full thickness span, not veneer over fiberboard like LE Blue, but solid cedar that absorbs moisture evenly and releases it slowly the way a humidor was designed to function. Cigars International, the largest online cigar retailer in the United States, has stocked the Humidor Supreme as their recommended starting humidor for over a decade. The hinge is solid brass. The lid closes with a vacuum pull that designer humidors at 6 times the price cannot match. There is no marquetry. There is no signature on the warranty card. There is a humidor that does the job. At $130, this is what cigar smokers bought before the industry convinced them that storing cigars required French cabinetry. Number 3. The Prestige Import Group Sovereign. The Sovereign is the humidor that solved the problem every other humidor pretends does not exist. Every time you lift a solid wooden lid to count your cigars, you break the humidity seal. The Sovereign has a tempered glass top. You see your entire 150 cigar collection at a glance without opening the box. Prestige manufactures it specifically because no luxury brand was willing to put glass on a humidor lid. Glass exposes the lie. A glass top means there is nothing to hide and no marquetry to charge extra for. Half-Wheel reviewed the Sovereign and concluded it seasons quickly, holds humidity consistently, and performs at the level of humidors at 4 to 5 times the retail price. Spanish cedar interior. Analog hygrometer in the lid. Roughly $100 in most cigar shops. Designer humidors at 30 times the price still use solid wood lids because the wood is what they are selling. The Sovereign sells you the function. Number 2. The Amador the 50. Amador is a small Texas manufacturer that takes United States military surplus ammunition cans, lines them with full-thickness Spanish cedar, and turns them into humidors that survive conditions no luxury humidor would last an afternoon in. The ammunition can was built to keep gunpowder dry through Vietnamese monsoons, Iraqi summers, and Korean winters. The same gasket the United States Army specified for those cans now keeps the Amador at 70% humidity. The 50 holds approximately 50 cigars and starts at $159.99 direct from the manufacturer. Cigar enthusiasts who travel chose the Amador before anyone marketed it to them, because a humidor that survives a truck bed, a deer lease, and an uninsulated garage through a Texas summer is the only humidor a serious smoker actually needs. The seal still holds at 70% in any condition. The Amador is not the humidor in your study. It is the humidor you take to the cabin. Number 1. The Boveda Large Acrylic Humidor. Boveda is the company the United States government pays to keep the original Constitution from falling apart, and they sell a humidor for $199. In 2019, they decided cigar smokers deserved the same preservation science the National Archives uses, so they built a humidor around their own two-way humidity packs. The Boveda Large Acrylic holds approximately 100 cigars in clear acrylic, so you see every cigar at a glance. No wood to absorb moisture, no marquetry, no decorative theater. The same technology preserving a 230-year-old document costs $199 when it comes wrapped around your cigars. Ellie Blue charges more than that just to replace its florist's foam. At $199, the Boveda Large Acrylic is the humidor for smokers who want their cigars protected by the technology the government uses on its own history. The cigars inside your humidor do not care what the lid is made of. They care whether the seal holds. Buy the box that does the job. Spend the difference on cigars. If you like what I do, don't forget to subscribe. I got more coming for you.